I had to buy another account this morning because something's wrong with my activation on this account. The discount code didn't work, so I had to get the support. Well, actually, I don't think I've emailed them yet. I need to still email them. How have you guys been? Can you hear me? You guys can hear me? Cool deal. Good morning, good morning. I'm in Texas now. It's so nice, dude. I can sleep until 8 o'clock before having it instead of 6. Oh, man. Oh, the drive sucks. I mean, it's pretty and all, but like, just it's 35 hours. By the end of it, I'm just over it. Man, and then the second day, I was trying to get an Airbnb. The first Airbnb I booked, the guy never responded, never gave me any like check-in information. I was like, all right, well, that's weird. It says instant book, instant check-in. Like, those are the only Airbnbs I'll rent, are like the instant book, instant check-in. So then after like an hour, I was like, all right, let me call support. And they were like, yeah, we can get you another one, or we can refund you. And I was like, all right, just refund me. So then I rented another one. Same thing happened. I was like, what is going on in Albuquerque, New Mexico? Finally, on the third one, I got it. And it was actually a really nice place, but it was just like more money than I wanted to spend to sleep. Nice. Well, fuck. Debatably nice. I mean, the drive's really pretty. Like, especially going through like the desert and like all the mountains and stuff with like the canyon. And then I stopped at the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's just long. Exactly. Yeah, I had court for a misdemeanor ticket to get dismissed. That's why I was going so fast trying to get across the country. And then I'm literally like less than 24 hours away from going and signing the paper to get it dismissed. And they're like, oh, we reset your court date. We don't know when it'll be. I was like, what? I just drove across the country in freaking 2.5 days. What do you mean? Let me just sign the paper. Dude, for a misdemeanor that's getting dismissed too. It's like, what? Like, it's a freaking traffic violation. I was like, oh my gosh. Let's pull up. Let's see what's going on today. It's Freaky Friday, so we're trading small. I'm not gonna trade on this account because this is my. Okay, it's not even logged in. Cool, cool. I didn't realize I had it up over here. Not trading on this account today. It's up 1,300 bucks yesterday, and I don't want to trade Fridays on the funded. Dun, 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 dun. This isn't right. I gotta adjust this. Which means London probably needs to come an hour forward too. Which means I'll have to make a video about that. Didn't realize that it didn't automatically update with the time change. Man, the time change has been nice. I like it. This is my favorite time of the year. It's like the best times for me. Like, I can trade at 8 a.m. and I can trade at 6 p.m. Man, those extra couple hours of sleep. Whew, so good. Are you headed to like Texas or like where are you going to? I'm in good old Texas right now in the swamps. My parents have like a 30-acre farm out here. No way. I know exactly where that is. My buddy lives like 10 minutes north. I've lived all over Austin, um like college area, like on man, what is that street called? Like up past Slaughter, like near the river. I forget what the street's called. I've lived near Slaughter. I've lived up north in like Round Rock. I lived in Temple for a little bit. Like, I know Austin really well. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's a nice area, dude. And there's like a lot of fun nature and stuff, like, especially whenever the rain's good, man. You'll have to check this place out. Whenever it rains, I love going here in the summer and swimming because you can jump off all these cliffs. It's super fun. But it's been dry lately, like this. Even more dry than this, actually. Last time I went, I walked this whole thing. There was no water. It like rained super hard, and I was like, I could probably take a girl here. Let me go make sure there's water. I went and walked, and I was like, oh crap, there is no water. But anyway, I'm waiting on my first 10 minutes here. I don't really touch NQ on Friday, so we're just gonna look at gold today. Keep it simple. Let's get to marking up the chart. I've been yapping enough. Start on the 4 hour. Let's start on some high time frame. Man, gold has been ugly this week. I'm so glad I didn't trade it. Like, look at this sideways price crap action. Ugh, it's been so ugly. I mean, it needed it, right? It was on this freaking rocket ship up. Like, it was bound to happen. But, man, it's ugly right now. Drop down to the 1 hour, see if I can find anything here. All this has pretty much been filled in. Just drop down to 30, see if there's anything here. 30, 30. Not seeing a whole lot. Come down to the 15. Rather, I typed in 15. Oh, okay, we got one right here. Hmm. Ah, Norwood. What happened, brother? You've been doing so good. What put you into tilt? What do you think? What do you think started the tilt? Were you over leveraged, or what happened there? Oh, wait, wrong account. Where is it at? 13.4. What's going on, you guys? So there's this order block right here. Normally I'd be looking for the 5 minute close outside, which we would get right here, but it's pushing into this bearish order block, which I think once it fills, it's going to come back down. Um, so I'm just going to put a limit on this halfway of this order block, and then my stop will go on the other side. It's $40 of risk. I'm on a freshie because we passed one. I just got to get the activation done, which I should probably go ahead and do, honestly. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba. Yeah, I was tired of them being at 500 pass and played myself. Oh man, that's the worst. That's the worst, dude. When they're so close and you're like, all right, I got this right now. Like you've been on a blast, like just on a roll, and then it's just like the very last few. You're like, you're like, I got this right now. Like 500 bucks ain't nothing. Take a loss and you're like, all right, screw it. I'll make 700 now then. And then it just spirals out of control. And then after that first one goes, it's like, all right, you motherfucker, we're at war. Usually I lose the war. Man, I got fucked up by some fire ants yesterday. I was fixing my mom's garden. I'm like building my mom a garden for her birthday and Christmas. And man, I forgot about the fire ants in Texas. I was standing in a pile for I don't know how long. I looked down, my legs were covered. And usually they don't start biting until you kill one because they let off this pheromone that like tells the rest of them like attack. So as soon as you kill one, they just start to bite. Um, it's pretty consistent between like 250 to $300, but like the way that I'll trade is dependent on these zones. So like if if there wasn't a order block right on top of this balance, then I would be looking to trade out of the balance to the order block, and then so this balance today is 407 down to 402. So it's like 5 points. So each micro would be $50, right? So I could do like 6 micros on this if I got an entry like right outside the box. But if it was like up here, then I'd be able to do like 3, 4 micros. Um, the reason I'm not right now is because pretty often whenever I've been trying this and then into an order block, it just rejects and then comes back. So I'm just gonna skip this part of it, and I have my limit order here at the halfway of that order block, um, which is actually probably a little bit high. Let me see this. So like my sizing is pretty inconsistent, or it's consistently based around my risk, right? Like my sizing isn't defined like in stone ever. Like if this was a 2 point zone, then I could, do um, a whole mini. And then, the only thing that you really can control is your risk, right? I can never control where this is going to go. So like right here, like my risk is 40 bucks. And this is a freshie and it's Friday, so I'll probably just leave it at a $40 risk, right? Because like I'm not in any hurry. This is no way in hell can I pass it faster than 7 days anyway. Like that's the rule. So I need to make $2,000 divided by 7. What is that? So I like $300 a day, and you hit your, you know, and on gold, that's like a 30-point move is pretty big, but like we've been seeing them 93, 19, that's 20, you know, here 22 to 72, that's 50. So I'm just expecting this to come up here, tap into it, and come on down. But yeah, so I pretty much only will risk between, $0 and 250 to 300 per trade. Sometimes it goes a little bit over, but it pretty much balances itself out to about $300 average loss. And then that gives me, you know, five chances. So like if you see we're about to get filled, so I just filled here, right? So I can put my stop like all the way up here if I wanted to, right, above this high and still be well within risk, right? So I could have a 10-point stop here and then know like, okay, if market structure is going to change, right? Like if we're going to have a change of character, it's going to have to break this high, right? So realistically, like this is my safest stop. It's not like the most ideal because it's 10 points away, but it is technically the safest stop I have available right now. Because you can see right here, we have this higher high. We failed to make it. We come down. We fail to make it. We make it here, right? We make a higher high, a higher low than this. Um, but from here, we still are failing, right? So for it to floof, hey, bro, what are you doing? Let's not do that, okay? Okay, let's not do that. Um, but I know that if we're gonna change character, we're gonna have to come all the way past this. Yep. Well, that's because the only thing you can ever control really is the risk management. Like I can't control, like obviously, like I took a short. I would love to be able to just like call up Comex and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm in short. Send this mother sucker down." But I don't have that ability, right? Um, and then from here, like, where could it come, right? So let's start to look. Hey, Floof, I'm working right now. Can you go away? Thank you. So this is like the only place I'm seeing that price hasn't filled down to. All right, because we filled in here. This kind of balances out this push down, right? Like, so if I come here, look exactly where it stops, because this all has to be balanced, right? So you gotta tap into it, wick through, grab liquidity, and then it's balanced and it comes up. But we have never come down into this order block and balanced this final push down. So with that in mind, like see, like we tap into the halfway, we start pushing down. And so I'm thinking like realistically, like if I had a long day, I could probably target 39.80, right? And so this is like a 1 to 3 trade right here. Now this probably isn't going to happen by the time stream ends, but it could. Let's make sure we don't have any news today. We do. Oh, I was like, huh? I have some news in 40 minutes. So this is kind of hit or miss if we'll get something off of this. I mean, it'll move the market, but I don't know if it's gonna like send it into a spiral. Just had to make sure we didn't have no sneaky Trump news in there that wasn't there before, right? And so from here, it's like, okay, if I'm correct, then price continues down, right? Because if you see right here, we're technically like testing the backside of this trend line right here. If I can get it drawn, it's probably more like this, body, body. Yeah. Sometimes these big wicks, if you'll come through and you'll line up the body to body to body to body, it'll give you a lot better. So you can see we broke through, we came, tried to break up to it. Now we're coming to test the backside of it, and if it'll tap here and then come down. Because gold is usually pretty fundamental. This is why I prefer to trade gold. It's a lot more fundamental. Like things, like retail concepts do work more on gold, I think, than they do on AQ. But also, my risk is always so on point that it's like if I take one loss, it doesn't matter. If I take two, three, four losses, it really doesn't matter. It's to the point where it's like, okay, I gotta take like I either have to get put in the tilt and like trade against my system, or I have to take like 10 losses in a row to blow up an account. And usually it's the tilt that gets me, not the 10 losses in a row. But I will say I'm doing much better with the tilt. Like I don't think I'm going to tilt in like the past 2 weeks. So that's good. Take that off. And usually you'll see gold fill these entire order blocks, or just about, right? So like right here we have this balance from here. That's where we just tapped into. And so I'd expect a rejection to come now, right? And that's pretty close to my entry. So sometimes if this, like if I, let's say I would have entered down here, and then we push all the way to the very top, right? And that's like what, uh, like another $40, right? I could DCA in one right there, and then I would only be at $160 of risk with the potential of 640 70 for $656, right? So that would like increase my risk to reward. But it's Friday, Freaky Friday, so I don't really like to DCA on Fridays. Um, but that's another reason why I'll take like one entry with a micro and wait to see is price going to fill the block or not. And if it does fill the block and then gets a rejection, I'll just DCA in one, and it brings my average price up by usually a lot, because like it'll split, right? So if I took an entry here and then DCA'd here, then my average price is going to be in the middle now instead of down here. Um, it just gives you better risk to reward. Um, and over a long, like over a set of like a month or 2 months, right? That plays out very big. But you can't DCA if you're already at max risk, right? So like that's the reason why, like I told you, I can take like up to $300, but I only have $100 of risk on right here, and this is like extremely safe risk. Like usually my stop would be like here, but because I see that we have that higher high over there, that looks like it grabbed a little bit of liquidity before it came down, then I'll just put it right above this. Now I could be a victim to another liquidity grab, but that's okay because I'm still within the right risk. And as you can see, this right here is balanced within this order block. So what do I mean by that? You've got this push up, right? Technically, you have a push up from here. You have a stall. You have another push up. And then within these is another stall. So I'm gonna drop down to the 1 and show you. You see how we have this extra stall right here? Now I can see that on the 5 because I see that this candle wicks up, right? So we opened here. At some point it pushed down, so sellers sold it down, and then buyers bought it back up, right? But then sellers also sold it back down to here where it closed. Then this candle opened here. Buyers bought it up a little bit. Sellers pushed it down. Buyers bought it up back a little bit. One of those ways, somehow it happened like that, and then it closed. So what's going on in here is buyers and sellers are at not at war, but they're trying to determine who is going to take control. So this right here is a balanced area, right? So then I look at it like that, and I draw my box around it. And now this, right, has been rebalanced, right? This unfair movement down, because this is where sellers took over and they pushed it down. Now it comes back up to this original area. We tap it, we test it, and then it's going to come on down, ideally, right? Because you have your fair price, you have an expansion down, right? If I go to like a higher time frame, you've got this deviation wick right here, right? So it's a big wick down and grabs the liquidity from this low. Right, it grabs the liquidity. All the retail silly gooses are thinking, oh, short, short, short. It just broke the low. Then it spikes up, and then all their emotions come into play, and they're like, oh, it must be a buy. So they try to buy. It spikes up, comes back down, sweeps them out again. They're like, oh man, it's got to be a sell now. Sweeps them up, comes back down. They're hopeful. They're hopeful. It breaks it. They're like, okay, good, good, good. And then reverses again, pushes up, and now we've balanced this, right? This is just institutions grabbing retail money right here. Um, that's all this is, right? So there's the deviation, right? You have this expansion down. It deviates right here. And now we're retesting the fair area that we expanded from. And then it should come and push for a new lower low now. Let me check out my trade. See, we're in 50. So from here, I'll bring it back down to here. I'll decrease my risk, right? Now that I know that this order block is holding and we've balanced it out and we've pushed down, right? Because remember, we have this balance here. We deviated down after the expansion. We have these deviation wicks on a higher time frame. We've come up, we've tested it, and now it should push back down from here. And this is really just the how you, I mean, I don't know how you guys trade. You can trade however you want to, but like however it is that you trade, if you don't have an understanding of price action like this, then it's more gambling than trading. Price action is really important to be able to understand. Now we have the same thing kind of happening here, right? Sellers bought, sellers sold, buyers bought, down and up. I want to see it push through this area of balance. I'll come here, put my stop in profit, so now I have a zero risk trade, right? Because if it rejects from here and comes back up, then I don't want it to stop me out and for a loss. I'll take the commissions and be at break even. And you see how I tap into it. And so I'm going to drop down to like a 1 minute now and start to watch this, maybe even like a 30-second. I really like to watch gold on the 30. Okay, so look, we just broke through it. Now I want to see it close below this. But I could also say that there's this here. Okay, we broke through that. Now do we break through this? Okay, we broke through that. Now are we going to sweep this low and then grab liquidity, or are we going to actually push through it? And this is why I like the 30-second for gold. I don't trade on it, but it's really, really good for watching price action. Okay, we push through it. Are we going to grab liquidity here? So I'm going to go back to the 1 minute. And it's like, look, I'm up $150 with one micro, right? So from here, we have this structure right here on the 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to bring my stop down to it. Now I know I'm at $20 if it turns around. And then if this creates more structure and we push down, then I'll bring my stop down to this structure. So all I'm waiting for now is for the steps to be made, right? So the stair steps that let me get my arrow up. I think it's here. Arrow, arrow, rectangle, right? So we had this push down, and then it's gonna stair step up, right? So this is my first stair step. Then we push down, and then I'm thinking this is gonna be my next stair step. And from here to here, if we were going to push down, again, I'd imagine it to be about probably here-ish. Hard to say though, because these candles are pretty balanced. Um, this is rebalancing this push down right here, but we're pretty balanced here to here, right? Like each wick is covered, is what I mean. Um, like this bottom wick is covered by this candle, this bottom wick is covered by this candle. So this could potentially be the top of the next stair step, and then once it expands past this low, then I'll just drag my stop down to like there. We can come over here. If we want a little bit more information, we can check out the Daxi, like Norwood was saying. Um, Typically, if this is pushing up, gold is going to be coming down. When this is coming down, gold will go up. This is the dollar index. Now, where did we come down and test that? We tested this right here. So that might have been a potential good area to take the the profit off at, but we'll see. In no rush right here. Like I said, it's looking like it's going to start another stair step down. I just want to see it push through this low, and then I'll move my stop down. Get some of this junk off the chart for y'all. But this is what I mean by like gold is really fundamental, right? Like I know that it's going to stair step its way down. Typically, it's not just going to jump off the side of a bridge and skydive. Um, of course, every pair does do that from time to time. Yep. Yeah. So right here you have buyers, exactly like Norwood's saying. You have buyers stepping in. They think, oh, it just broke this low, right? They actually bought right here, thinking that this is going to double bottom and pushes through it. You have to message support and get permission to trade on COMEX. Crypto. Yeah, just go to their support channel right here, um, open a ticket, and then just give them your account ID, like your username, and they'll give it to you in like a couple minutes. Okay, look, so look, we pushed down past it now, like exactly like I was saying. We got that stair step action, so I'm gonna bring my stop down. And then, like I said, we're looking for this order block to get filled down here because if you look on the higher time frame, everything else has been filled. This is the only place I could find that price hasn't been filled. And so I'm looking for just a touch at the top of this, 3980.2. Make sure I have this right. And so I usually give, if it's 80.2, I'll do 81.2. I give gold like a dollar wiggle room. Um, Just because sometimes my orders don't fill if it's right to the tick. And that feels really bad whenever like you're like so precise that you get it to the tick and then it doesn't fill. So I'll do this like on gold I'll give it a point, on Nasdaq I'll give it like about a point, but on gold it's 10 ticks, on Nasdaq it's 4 ticks, you know. So and then we'll just wait right here. We'll see if it gives us another stair step and just keep it pushing. Anybody have any questions about like how I look at the market, anything like that? This is you guys' time to ask as many questions as you have. My bad, I was checking my phone. Had to give y'all a break. I've been yapping so much. We're gonna come over here and read chat real quick. Eric said he would go to war with the ants. Dude, I dumped like 3 bottles of Listerine on them. They dead. Some dumb tilty stuff, man. We go there sometimes, don't we? Fewer than further in between, but he says, cool, you're right. Yeah. 100x with us and boost vocation, figuring out those things that we're paying. I wonder if like talking about your video, right? Like I wonder if tilt sets in on days that you have like less activity. Like what I mean by that is like tilt is really just a product of like dopamine being released, right? So like what if you like your days of tilt or maybe your days when um hang on 1 second. This is all just like speculation like off the top of the head by the way. But like what if like your days of tilt or whenever like you're getting less dopamine than when you're used to? Like so like maybe like you're like I don't know like what you guys got going on in your life. Maybe like you got a daughter or son, you take them to sports, whatever, you get like a lot of joy out of that, but then like maybe one day of the week they don't have anything going on and you don't got nothing going on. So like subconsciously your brain's like fiending, right? I wonder if that's like any correlation to that, to like the days of tilt being set in. Just a thought off the top of the head. All right, looks like we might be making our next stair step here, right? So we had this one down, we stair stepped up, then we push down again. And then is this going to be our next stair step up, where we push back down? Yeah, I don't know. That just kind of came to mind right now because like I know that really tilt is like the addiction to dopamine that comes with trading, even if it could be whatever it is that puts you into it. But then once you get in that cycle and you're getting like hit after hit after hit, that's why it's hard to walk away. And then you really don't have a choice but to walk away once your account's gone. And then you just feel like shit, right? It's because like oh, your brain knows like oh, I can't get any more dopamine from this account. It's gone. Can't do nothing. That's really like my theory behind like the race you get when you're in tilt, right? Like, and then the shitty feeling that comes like immediately after blowing up the account. I don't think most people actually give a shit about the account getting blown up. I think it's really like subconsciously, like your brain knows, like, oh damn, that was my last little hit of dopamine until I started another account. Okay, so let's see if we balance this out right here. Right up to it. So this push down and up has now been balanced. Let's see if it's going to hold right here and continue down, make our next stair step. I'd love for it to, but it looks a little curly action right here. Let's look at it on like a 3 minute. Okay, this is our first pullback on the 3 minute, which could come up to here. Yeah, there is. There was this order block right here. So there's this order block on the 15. Right here, right? So for an order block, you're looking for the candle before expansion, right? So we have an expansion down. So I know that this is the order block. And for the order block to be valid, you have to have a fair value gap attached to the order block. You can't just go out here and pick any fair value gap and be like, oh, this is going to do something for me, because it's not. So a fair value gap is whenever this wick, right? It's a fair value gap is a three-part cycle, right? So we have one candle, two candle, three candle. So the wick from the first candle to the third candle, there needs to be a gap, right? Fair value gap, right? So right here is our fair value gap. And I know that on gold, we typically fill the gap and we tap into the order block at least halfway or all the way. So I'm waiting until I have my limit order set right here. And if it tapped into it, it fills me. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And it did tap into it and fill me, right? And then I have my stop above this high right here, because I know that if we break this high, then it's like a true change of character. And if we don't, right, if we just tap above this high, like if we wicked above this one, that's not exactly a change of character. That could just be a liquidity grab. So my safest stop was right here, above this high. So I took one micro because it'd be $100 if it stopped me out. And then once it filled me, then I know that we're gonna okay. There's a good chance it comes down, right? That's the reason I didn't take the trade out of the 10-minute initial balance. And then from there, I'm looking to the left. I'm trying to see where is there another gap, right? So this to this isn't really enough for me to take that into validity. Like it's not good enough for me. Like that validation from one point isn't shit to me. So I look over again. Don't see anything here. Come over again. It says it's on the 5 minute. So let me go drop down. Now you might be thinking, oh well, there's this one here, but look, it's been filled already, right? This to this, it's been filled, and you only get one fill per. Like I only trust it for one fill per, right? But I know that here to here, right? So we have this 5 minute. This is what starts the expansion, so this is going to be your order block. Here's your fair value gap from this wick to this wick. And if we look, this has never been touched, right? So that's why I'm targeting down here, right? I'm just targeting a touch of this at the top. So 39.80. It'll probably take another hour, 2 hours to get down there, but it's a safe trade, right? So now we have our, if we go to like a 5 minute, this is probably our first little stair step up on the 5. And we never broke past this, so it's not like we have a change of character right here. We're still in the sentiment of being down, of being bearish. You just gotta stay patient, right? You can't move things too quickly. You can't rush nothing. And so that's why I took my trade right here, as you can see. Also, we have this big trend line that I knew that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, we broke through it, right? 5 broke through, came up, retested it. Now we're trying to retest the back of it again. This is another way you could look at this. So with all these confluences together, I'm like, all right, short, short, short. And then as my trade starts moving down with me, right? So here is the um, first little stair step on the 1 minute. Here's the second stair step. You got this third stair step setting in right here, right? And you can see there's this balance. Like none of these candles have closed past this. We wicked up to it, but nothing's closed past it. This makes me think we're still bearish here. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It could come up and they could come up and stop me out right here. So be it. Um, doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm in profit one way or the other. My trade is protected. So I'm either going to make $85 or it's going to push down here and then I'll move my stop down and make like either 100 or 300. But no matter what, like I will not take a loss today. And this is really the only thing that you guys can do. Like the only thing you can do to like be like long term in the market, right? Is manage your trades like this, right? Like you can't choose where your price is going to go to. I can have a good idea that price needs to come down here. I know it will come down here at some point, but I don't know that right now this session is when it will come down. Now it's looking probable more and more each second, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% going to happen, right? I can't control that. The only thing I can ever control is my risk, right? Which is AKA my stop and my position sizing according to that stop. And there's a lot of different ways you could do this. You could let it one time frame, right? So like you would have got stopped out like here. All that means is you're waiting for one of these candles to close above the previous one. So like none of these closed above this push down. And then you get this one right here that goes. I guess technically this one maybe would have stopped you out. But so for me, through my experience, I lose out a lot whenever I try to do that on the 1 minute. You could do it on like the 2 or the 3. Just check it out on the 2. Yeah, see, you would have got taken out down here. Check it out on the 3. You would have got taken out right here. So this is like a pretty consistent area, which makes me think that if we're going to continue bearish, we need to break through this right now. Check it out on the 5. So like this is my first pullback right here on the 5, right? So the same exact concept I was talking about on the 1 minute. We have our push down. Now we have our first stair step up. And then it should give us another push down if it's going to continue to like move with fundamentals, right? With just the way that price moves on gold. Now, like I've said, I can't control that. I can just see it ahead of time and predict, okay, this is a possibility. I can't exactly sit here and say like, oh, this is a for sure thing, because nothing in this market is up to my control, so nothing in this market is a 100% thing. The only thing that is 100% is that at the very least, I'm going to make $85. Which, realistically, like, I'm sure a lot of you have had bigger trades and 85 bucks ain't shit, right? But like I haven't even been sit down for an hour. I mean, I personally don't have any credentials to go and get a job for $85 an hour. So, if you put it into that perspective, right? Then at the very least, like even if it took me 2 hours, then I'm going to make $42.50 an hour sitting at my computer at my house, right? And that's the very worst case scenario right now, right? Like right now it's at 200 bucks, right? So and if it comes down here to $300, like I damn sure don't have anything in my life that's going to pay me $300 an hour. Um, so just being grateful about what you get instead of wishing you got more is always going to, I think, make you more more successful, more profitable, and you're going to be in this market a lot longer with each account. The goal, I mean, obviously the goal is to have an account and never blow it up. And the only way that happens is by trading smart like this, being like, emotionless with the market. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, woe is me, boo hoo, I was at $200 and I actually all I got was 85, like I'm worth more than that. Like no. That has nothing to do with me. I don't have any control of that. The only thing I can do is protect my trade, put it in a position to be profitable, right? I can't take a loss now. Um, and then continue like that, right? Minimum account balance $500. Y'all gonna give me 24,000? I'm kidding. So yeah, now from here I just wait to see like is this gonna be my next stair step, right? And if it is, then I'll just drag this down and then I'll be guaranteed like, you know, what is that, $104 instead? But for right now, I'm going to keep it right here and wait for it to push past this low. Once we push past this low, then I'll move my stop down to the next stair step, and we'll just let it rock and roll like that. Because you can see like each of these candles are closing below this halfway, this balance that we marked up on the 1 minute. It's respecting it very well, which makes me think it's going to do something like this. This is like exaggerated in time. Like we kind of already had that right here, like sideways, push up, push down. Now we just need to see the big push down. Now this is why I like to trade gold is because it's really not predictable, but like I said, it's fundamental. Like I know that this is how gold moves. This is how gold's gonna move in 5 minutes. This thing could totally just rip my face off with the news. So I got to keep that into account, right? We have news in 5 minutes, but this could also be a catalyst to push me down to my take profit. And like I said, I can't control what the outcome of that is going to be. The only thing I can control is that I'm either going to make $84 or I'm going to make 300 bucks, and then this will obviously get dragged down as price moves. But with news coming out in 5 minutes, this probably isn't going to move until then, and it's either going to be real quick 84 or 300. Let's see, what is this? Okay. Actual greater than forecast is good, so we want this to be lower than the forecast. All right, for our gold trade. Actual greater than forecast is good. So whenever we're in gold, we want the dollar to do bad. So in 3 minutes, we want these. I mean, this one doesn't even have a forecast for whatever reason, but we want them to be lower than the forecasted amount, and that should push gold down if it comes out lower, and if we even last another 3 minutes in this trade. Two things I can't control, so I don't stress about it. You gotta put everything you can't control in your life in like that level one of intensity, right? Because you just can't control it, so why put so much focus on it? Level two for like your base to base days. level 3, 4, and 5 for like high intense stuff. That's something I got from David Goggins in his second book. If you guys haven't read those, man, you should really go and read them. Or honestly, you should get the Audible. Audible has like a membership going on right now. It's like $3 for 3 months, and you get three credits for 3 books. Um, and his audiobooks, man, they're like some of the best audiobooks I've ever heard because they don't do it like it's not just like a. The first one is Can't Hurt Me. I forget what the second one's called. Never finished. But like if you get, see right here, 3 months for 99 cents a month. And then each month, like if you have a subscription with Audible, then every month they give you a credit for 1 book, and you can get any book you want. So like you get any book you want for 99 cents a month, right? So you get instead of $25, you get it for 99 cents. It's like the banger. It's the best deal of the year for them. But this man, it's sick because he goes through everything. I mean, man, this book is crazy. Like I had no idea the human body was capable of some of the things that he's done. Um, Give this a little bit of room right here because we're about to have the news drop. But it looks like it's potentially going to stop me out. But yeah, man, that book is really great because he has someone like narrate it, and he didn't have anyone publish it. Like he spent literally 95% of his life savings over like a period of like 30 years in the military to publish this book, and then it like made obviously New York Times bestseller and shit. But the way they do the podcast is like he has his buddy or like someone that does like podcast reading it, and then after the end of each one, after like the end of each chapter, they talk about it like just like buddy to buddy, and it's like really good insight on like exactly how like his like what he was going through and everything at that point. I think honestly anybody can take value from it. Okay, let's see what happens here in 20 seconds. There's a good chance this just wicks me out real quick. Mm-mm-mm. Come on, come out lower. Ooh, that's good for us. Come on, come down bad. Come out bad. Send this sucker down. Ah, damn it. Slightly above. This could go either way now. Probably gonna get wicked out. But man, if this one would have also came in lower than this one, it would have just dumped, I think. So I don't really need anything from the news now. And we'll just see. We'll see. Does this hold right here and then let me rock and roll? Or no? Let's pull it back up on the 5. Check it on like the 15. So on the 15, we could look at it like this, right? Stop's a little high right now, or low on the 15. Like really, I would want it like here on the 15. But I'm gonna keep it right here at this $70 holla. Because I don't want to get back too much, just like second guessing myself, right? Like if we break past this and we come up into it, then so be it. I didn't really get the reaction I wanted to from the news. I already been here for an hour. I know that after about an hour, I start getting like exhausted, like mentally, and I don't take the best trades. So let it tap me out. We'll end the first day on this account positive. I mean, What more could you want? You know? And then I'm curious if it taps this and then just rejects right here. So I'm just gonna watch for a few minutes. Definitely didn't get the reaction I was expecting from the news, but it was orange folder anyway. I knew it wouldn't really do much. And then they canceled each other out, so it's like all that for nothing. So let's see. But that's it for me for the week. I mean, I'm up a couple bands this week. Can't really hate on that. I'm in Texas. Everything's fucking cheap. Man, you're gonna love this $2 gas out here, Bubba. I filled my car up for $20 now. Yeah, man. It's like in California, dude, I had to find like the Native American reserves to get like even like decent gas. Yeah, it was either $5 everywhere or like on the reserve it was like 380, 390. But that was so far out the way. It was like by the time I drove there and then drove back, I wasn't really even saving any money. I know, dude. I came out here and filled my car up the first day and I was like, "Damn, I got to go to the register and get some change back because I gave her like 40 bucks cash and it took like $23." I was like, oh fuck, I forgot, dude. It's like half the cost here. Oh man, there's this place you gotta check out in Austin. It's called Restaurant Depot, like that. It's like a little bit north. Um, Dude, you can get like entire like yeah, you know about it. Yeah. You can get like entire steak loins for like 60, 70 bucks, dude. And I'm talking like 10, 15 steaks off that sucker. What do you what can you not give up about it? Getting taxed? I like the ocean, but like I also like affordable everything else, so exactly, dude. I'll go take a little vacay out there once a year or something. But I mean, I work out there seasonally, so I'm always out there for a few months. Oh yeah, if you surf, then I understand. There really ain't anywhere else. Shit, bro, go move to Portugal. Go hit the Nazare waves. You know what I'm talking about? Have y'all seen these? Dude, these waves are insane. If y'all haven't seen them, I'm gonna show you real quick. It's like 100-foot wave, dude. And there's a giant shelf right here, and whenever the water hits it, it makes like 100 feet waves, dude. And people surf them. Look at this dude just skirting out. It's crazy. I want to go to Portugal just to watch this. Cause like, look, and they have jet skis that bring them in on it. Yeah, literally, it's like a 10-story building. Like these, if these things hit you, like you're breaking bones. Potentially. No way. I'd have to see that. That's
the western
crazy.
shores of Europe
But yeah, they have these
host to
giant.
the
There's
big
like a
wave.
big shelf right there, and whenever the water hits it, it just makes these massive waves. I want to go to like this lighthouse. Like, look at this. Look at this. How aggressive the water gets up there. Isn't that crazy? Definitely like the most aggressive place I know in the world with like uh, water and stuff. But look, they go up on these. The only way they get up there is with these jet skis. So they got jet skis and they drag them up to the top of the wave, right? And then they drop them off at the top. And then if they wipe out, then it's up to the people on the jet skis to be able to find them in all that white water. It's crazy. So like, I think this dude's gonna wipe out. But yeah, so these guys will come in and they'll like, dude, they got like Hawkeye vision. They'll find them. Like, dude just wiped out. Oh. and then they'll come in and they'll like sometimes they miss them like three, four, 5 times in a row, right? Like, because even the people on the jet ski, they got to get in and out real quick. And if they don't get in and out, then they got to like dip out and then come back and try to get them again. And sometimes these people will be underwater like 3, 4, 5 waves in a row, dude, just getting tossed. I couldn't imagine the force. Like I just could not imagine the force like of those waves like throwing you around. Like cuz everyone's felt like a little bit of like a pool like right? Like a little bit of a whirlpool. Oh damn, we did kind of tap it and then come down. But man, the current there has got to be insane. All right. that, that's my little after stream yap. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably less everything in that water, dude. That stuff's so aggressive. Man, that's one thing I want to do. I want to go diving uh, in like San Diego for like lobsters. Man, I might go crabbing today. Listen to the weather like. Oh, dude, I'm gonna go crabbing today. Low tides in an hour or 2 hours. I'm about to go fuck it up. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna go live my life. It's the weekend. You guys go live your life. Make sure you don't sit here and stress about the charts all day long. Remember, the only thing you can control is your risk. If you're worried about anything else, you're just putting external factors on yourself that you don't need to be doing. It's gonna make trading so much harder for you. Focus on controlling your risk, keeping your risk consistent, and letting those trades play out. And make sure that you protect your trades. Same way I did today. Now, like I said, I probably could have brought it up here to this 50, and then we'd be in more profit. But really, I've already been here for an hour. I'm getting a little tired of being on the charts. I'll take my $70 and I'll let it rock and roll. Because once I pass this one, I'll have 2 accounts. Once I pass the free one, I'll have three. I'm gonna get maxed out by the end of this month, and then this $70 would be $350 because I copy trade. So, and the only way you can copy trade is if you have good risk management, right? You can't sit here and copy trade and be swinging your P&L thousands of dollars. The whole goal is to get up to like 50 accounts across as many firms as I can. 70 times 50, what would that have been? 3,500 bucks off a $70 trade. Like that's where you guys got to keep your long term lookout at, right? Get up to maxing out as many accounts as you can, whatever firms you like. Obviously, take advantage of good sales when they're out, like Funded Futures Network, BOGO, half off, no activation. Nobody else is doing that. They freaking extended it till the end of the month. So it's like, duh, start with FFN, max them out first, because you get free accounts and you get them at a quarter of the price basically. Because half off plus a free one is basically 25% of the cost, right? And then you don't pay activation, so it's like, duh, start with them. I just already had accounts with other people before I found out about them, so ain't gonna throw those away. But yeah, that's the whole point. Once you get up to so many accounts, and it's like, okay, if I have a $200 day with 50 accounts, that's 10 grand, you know, and it's way more realistic for somebody to make $200 a day than it is for someone to make $10,000 a day on one account. It's just basic math. So keep that in mind. Keep that as like your long-term goal. I think it's good for everybody to do. Um, Really, all you're doing is managing more capital, right? It's not like there's anything else, right? So if you want to be successful, you have to be able to manage bigger amounts of capital. Then you need a system in place to do that. So, oh, let me give you guys a little shout out. Every week we do a 50K Funded Futures Network eval. We do a giveaway, right? So tomorrow I do the giveaway. The only thing that you have to do is be in there, right? So I'll do it here in the free streaming, and then let me scroll up over here. So last week I had to do it a little bit early last week because I got on the road, and then Tyler kind of took over and did a bunch of streams. But If you're a free member, all you do is you come in here. I have this bot made. I'll post this. You just click, boom, click on it, and it'll enter you in. And then all free members get one entry. My VIP members get two entries, and then the small class members get three entries. So what do I mean by that? Come down here, show you the list. So like, Dan is small class, he gets three. Vincent is VIP, he gets two. I take myself off. Sergio gets three. SJ gets four because he was our one-on-one member. It's like a higher tier, but I don't really advertise it because it's kind of expensive. And then so on and so on. And then like you see right here, Mega has four. That's because Mega was not a small class member, but he boosted our server. So anybody that boosts the server gets one additional entry per boost. We are three boosts away from getting level 3. We would love if you came and gave us some boost. And it would give you higher odds. And then from there, I just come here to wheel spinner. Right? And so like here would be, all the names according, and then I just shuffle them up a bunch, spin it, and then whoever it lands on gets the 50k eval. I send you a code, you get a free one, and literally all you gotta do is just be there, hang out, show up. So that's how it works. Oh, Lucian, you would have won, but it's not an actual giveaway. And then sometimes I do like other giveaways too. Like I did 5 $10 giveaways last week additionally, right? So I gave away 50 bucks, 10, 10, 10, 10. So if you want to check it out, come check us out. We have the um, giveaways, and then I'm always like in free chat, so I post like Bible verses that are pretty related to trading, right? So like I'll post a verse, and then I'll talk about like my perspective on it with trading. And then we have the free chat, so we're pretty active in here. This is where I mostly post. In here is in free chat, but I'll post like call outs and stuff in VIP. But we're not a signals group, so don't get it confused, right? Like I'm here to teach you how to trade and be independent, not to sit here and hold your hand, and then you get mad at me if you take a loss that day. Like you know. So we have our VIP area where we give like all of our analysis. This is where Tyler, he's my partner, he does a lot of his analysis here. We have Lupin. Lupin will give a lot of his. Lupin's on vacation right now, so it's a little bit out. We have our 30-day challenge, right? So everyone that's committed to this challenge is doing. Let me find out exactly where it's at. Right here. Right? So we have a diet. You pick your own diet, you pick your workout, you pick your book, you journal your trades, your journal platform, and then what do you do after you take a loss? Right? And we're all committed to it. Like, for example, this is mine. No, this is Doza's. Where's mine at? It's been going on for a little bit now, so right here. So like every day I'm doing 200 grams of protein, 50 grams of complex carbs. The only fats I have are animal fats and nuts, like pistachios, almonds, pecans. I've been doing yoga once a day for 45 minutes, calisthenics for another 45 minutes. The book I've been reading is The Science of Getting Rich. I'm almost done with it, so I'm going to pick another one. I'm doing the fair price range order blocks, market structure, and 10-minute initial balance. This is a platform that I'm having developed right now for journaling, so it's not available, but hopefully it'll be done soon and then we can release it. And then whenever I take a loss, I design one new product for my store. So I have a Printify store, right? And then on here, if I take a loss, like I gotta go and design another product. So like here's the products we have. And I'm just kind of playing around. I ordered one of these yesterday. They're pretty sick. I got one of these espresso ones, so it's like, oh, is it not going to zoom in on it? That sucks. right here. But yeah, I'm just trying to make it to where like we have things that really that I can wear. Like I just want my logo on my shit. So made this shirt. Right, we're making a university. It's gonna have like over 300 courses in it. So it's like it's in development. I'm trying to get like branding and stuff done for it. But this is my whenever I take a loss on a trade, I have to come and make a new product before I can trade again. That's kind of the reset ritual point of that. And then in our small class, we have like every week we do class, right? And then so if you join, you get access to our Google Drive, and we do homework, right? So every week we give you guys homework, like, and then we come in, we grade it. And then we have these study groups going on right now. So these are like Myron, Leon, and Norwood have been doing really well. So we asked them, do you guys want to lead a study group? Kind of hold everybody like accountable on like a smaller scale. And those have been going really well. And that's pretty much it. We do our class once a week on Sundays. It's 150 bucks a month. If something you're interested in, let me know. You could just come over here at the WAP link, click on it, check it out. Right. But like I said, to win the VIP or to win the giveaway, you don't have to do anything. You just got to be there. Nice, nice, you guys. Well, that's my little spiel. If you want to be in the giveaway, just join the server. Um, like I said, you don't have to be a peg member. You just got to be there tomorrow at what time do I have it scheduled at? 1 p.m. Central, so 2 p.m. Eastern, noon Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard. And so if you're there, you literally just click on the thing, you get entered into the giveaway, your name gets picked, you get a free 50k eval. Pretty simple. And I do that every single week. So, if you guys got any questions, my DMs are always open. You're more than welcome to DM me. I'm happy to help anybody become profitable. But only so much free sauce can get given, right? The game is sold, not told. So, with that being said, I will see you guys next Tuesday. And if you want to, I stream for free Tuesday morning, and then I stream for free Tuesday evening here. So if you want to catch me out Tuesday morning, you can join the server, and you could catch it for free there also. But I hope you guys have a good weekend. Like I said, if you need anything, my DMs are open. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the stream today. I'm going to post it on my YouTube. Um, Let me give you guys the link. You can go subscribe. Right, so it'll get posted here for free, so everyone can go and review it. And I post all my free streams usually with all my funded future streams get posted on the YouTube usually. So I'll catch you guys next week. I hope you have a good weekend. Freaking get off these charts, go live your life, go hang out with your kids, go do whatever you're passionate about, go do your hobby. That's the whole reason we trade, right? Is so that we don't have to sit here and slave away every single day. So make sure you are living the life that you want to live. And I'll catch y'all next week. Yep, don't forget. Ooh, 60% off eval reset. Whew. I love when they pop those up. All right, later, guys.